starting the stream a little early because I've been waiting for a while, and if I finally switched to brown, which is unfortunate, but um, I am I am only at one opponent left, so I believe that we had a good old Patrick of the Isles sitting at our table. Um, but since I'm spectating like a reasonably interesting game as well, I figured, while I wait for the queue. Oh no. Well, it says only one opponent, so I'm just going to believe that I only need one. Usually that number actually drops if I need more than that. So, um, yeah, I mean this is a pretty interesting game so far. Like this cultists over here have built this town, and I think that they've done like a fair amount of cave digging. Um, they've taken away a good amount of yellows from Fakirs, of course. Um, Fakirs have B4, which is, I mean, isn't this? Oh, this is natively yellow, but it looks like there was a digging war over this one. So it now says I need 0 opponents, so I don't know what that's about, but um, hopefully it's not a sign that my queue has completely emptied. Because if it is, then I might just have to give up because if I have no opponents waiting for me. So Patrick is still waiting. So hopefully people will start, like whoever is not in my table, hopefully like the algorithm gods that be will just match them eventually. But in the meantime, I'm interested in this game here. Cultists have the best endgame scoring. It looks like they are going to have a fair amount of network. I think they're going to have better than 6 on network, right? Like they should get H3. They should get these 2 hexes. Fakirs. Well, I mean, Fakirs are out of stuff, so they might just like hop and like blow up one of these. Yeah, I mean, Fakirs have nothing better to do than just like fly and hard dig or something, right? We do have water 1, so they might still want to build some stuff. They have fire 2 actually, so maybe hard digging this, or maybe 3 workers and a power spade on this makes sense for Fakirs. Yep, there it is. Cultists have 2 dwellings left on their board, so they will be able to protect this. But Fakirs should be able to get H3 if they like. If Fakirs TP for a priest or a workers town, then they should be able to fly and hard dig and build H3 for their final action. I think that would make sense for Team Yellow. I think Deep Finesse in trouble. He's already done his dig advances. He still has ship advances left and all the priests that he needs for that. The question is, does he have enough stuff to make this town, given that he doesn't have Fire 2 currently? I mean, he's obviously going to make the town. The question is, like, does he need to also take Fire 2? Because that's a bummer. Fire 2 might slow him down enough that he might not get... he should be able to get all the ship advances up, but Fire 2 is still not good. Like, it's worse if he has to take it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hexes. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This guy will be upgraded. 13, 14. Fire 2 would save him 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Fire 2 would save him 2 dwellings, and he doesn't have Earth 1. So I think that Fire 2 is probably the play here. Oh, but Fire 2 is bad because he doesn't want these TPs. Have I retired from playing to become a full-time commentator? Patrick, I am queuing with you right now. I'll have you know. I'll have you know that I am actually queuing right now at the same table with you. The only problem is that, it shows a full bar, but it's not actually going. I have not announced this stream yet. Like this. Once this stream is announced, then we'll be rolling again. Oh, what is this? Are we still at the same table? Are you still queuing? You're not queuing anymore? Are you not queuing because you thought that there was a game to watch? Because yeah, there's no game currently, and if you're not queuing, then there probably won't be one. So. You're getting your popcorn ready. All right. Well, I mean, I think that if you want in, then you'll have to be the entertainment in this case. Um, there's the priest town. I'm expecting uh, the dig on H3 next for Fakirs here. This cultist game, they have one favor. That's pretty cool. You don't see a lot of cultist games where they only have one favor in round 6. Starting stream at the end of the game. No, nicer shirt, buddy. 10K. I'm starting the stream while waiting for myself to get a queue, to get a game. I just started early because I was feeling optimistic about it saying that I only need one opponent, and I was like, oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's a good game going on here, so we might be able to pay attention to this as well. However, this is not doing it right now. So the question is, would Deep Finesse rather build a temple and a trading post, or would he rather build 2 dwellings? I think that's the decision between Fire 2 and building these guys. Temple and trading post is 3 points, and it costs 6 workers and whoa, this is an aggressive dig. Okay, so I guess that answers that. He's gonna build 2 dwellings. Deep Finesse is also just left 10 power in bowl 3. I guess like all the good power actions disappeared or something. Come on, y'all. Populate my table. All right, there's Patrick. Patrick's back. I might be tempting the gods like negatively by starting the stream too early, but I'm trying to be optimistic here. I'm hoping that, worst case scenario, this game maybe has like 5 minutes left in it because Orin are probably going to take a long time to figure out what they want to do. Orin have advanced their digs all the way, so I can see why Deep Finesse wanted to blow up that town. But I think that Eddie here, well, Eddie has pretty crappy cults. But Eddie has another town. Eddie has both of the scoring favors, so lots of ways to make points. Can build out 3 dwellings pretty easily. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 workers should do that. We'll need a temple and a trading post to finish up this town, or Temple Fire 2. They never built their stronghold, which is kind of interesting. I mean, what they could do, and I think that this is pretty bad, is they could dig this hex, or dig this guy, and then make a stronghold for their town. It is a stronghold scoring round, and the stronghold, well, now that cultists have their town here, it probably isn't winning them any cult points other than like 2 points here. They do need to go for the stronghold. This might be Fire 2, I guess. I don't know if that's good, but it does seem like what's happening here. Fakirs are going to end at 13 network. Cultists are going to end. They can make a TP and then hard dig for their final hex if they have another hex. No, they need to advance ship. So cultists are going to advance ship, and then they don't have another favor, so it might just be advanced ship and then call it because they don't have anything else worth doing. So then they'll end up 13. Fakirs will end up 13. Orin are going to win network outright. Though this makes it a little less likely that it's going to happen. I don't know that I love this stronghold by Orin. How are they making this town? Am I crazy here? They could still temple for Fire 2, but that seems clearly bad. They want to go TP, TP. I guess they can convert 3 power to a worker. So TP, TP. No, they don't have. Yeah, they don't have 2 TPs. So it would be TP, 3 workers, 3 workers. Do they have 8 workers worth of stuff? it looks to me like they're one leech short of being able to down convert. Like once they use the stronghold ability here, they're going to have 4 and 3, which is 1 power short of being able to convert into 2 workers. So I don't know if they just lost their town or something. Yeah, I don't know if they might have just lost their town. This is not encouraging. My Q status is not encouraging right now. We still have Patrick there, but it looks like no one else is in the queue currently. If anyone wants, wants to play and then be part of the VOD instead, be part of the stream, then you're welcome to do so. I'll try not to criticize your decisions too much, though. I mean, me criticizing your decisions is usually a compliment because it's not like my own decisions go that great usually. Yeah, Deepfinesse has no network points. He does have 12 points coming in off of this. So it's 3 points plus 12 is 15 points from the TP plus the pass plus Air 1. There's 3 of them there. It's going to take probably just the priest town. And now he can advance ship twice. Yeah, he's already used his water 2 bump. So he can advance ship twice with these resources. And then the final priest just stays in hand. So that'll be 1 resource point. So that's 7 points plus a resource point is 8. 126, pass for 12, 138. Is that enough of a lead? Fakirs are tying for... Orin are so tall right now. It really depends on Fakir's network, right? If Fakir's get 15 network, yeah, if Fakir's so they have a resource point, that's 131. If Fakir's get 15 network, then that would be 146. They might put their bump on fire instead of here. We'll see. Let's call this 4 points. 146, 150, 150. Have to imagine that Orin beats them here. So 152. So 152 for Fakirs. If they don't win this cult. And if they don't manage to bump anywhere else useful. Okay, so yeah. Maybe 150. Yeah, 152. Deep Finesse, we already said, is passing going to be at 138. You'll have, this is 10, or 138, so this is 148, 152 or something like that. It's very, very close. If the bump goes on Earth, then that's, yeah, if the Fakir's bump goes on Earth, oh, he does use it there. Oh, wait, hold on. This temple was for, what was this temple? This temple was Air 1? Oh man, that has to be wrong. So Fakirs are going to win this game, I think. Wild. Didn't see that one coming. Okay, so Orin are going to be able to make this town. But they are going to need fire too, which is pretty crappy in my opinion. I think the stronghold was probably a huge mistake by Orin. It did score them points. I guess the reason why they did it was to lock up air. But if they're giving up like a lot of network points, that's pretty bad. Hopefully they can still get down to... Because what's coming? Like, a dwelling is coming, and then temple for fire too. They have no shipping either. So they need C5, probably? Yeah, this doesn't look good for Orin here. The stronghold, I think, might have killed them. Because they were in, like, serious network contention before. They could have, even on one ship, they could have had C5, h4, i6 very cheaply. This might be like a third place for deep finesse. How are we doing in terms of our queue? Looks like we lost Patrick, but maybe that's just like the game that is showing who's no longer in. Yeah, Patrick's playing a different game now. This is not looking good, guys. You're getting bored, so you queue for 7 wonders. Yeah, I think that was probably the right call. The queue seems really slow right now. We're gonna keep hanging out here for like maybe maybe like 8 more minutes or so. So if right now it's 9:07. I'm gonna hope that 3 people magically queue up by 9:15, but I don't know, if I don't, then I don't. This is a kind of depressing sight from Oren. Maybe I'm wrong though. Maybe Oren is completely fine doing this and they're actually winning. They do have both scoring favors again, so they can do this and then they can grab 2 workers, and then with the 2 workers they can take c5. I would probably think that deep finesse would like hate dig this if they tried to take 2 workers with their town. But they could just take the priest instead and then just advance ship. But then like they're giving up network and they have earth 1, water 1. God, that's painful. That's so painful that this happened. Yeah, deep finesse has 2 workers left, and I think that if Oren tried to get clever by taking a workers town, thinking that they can connect off 1 ship, then deep finesse will punish them. So it's probably going to be the priest town. Alright, I think that probably the priest town is the safe move. That's smarter. Actually, it just is the priest town because they actually don't benefit from connecting versus not connecting. Hey, there we go. And we have our old friend CH Tennis. There we go. Glad that we kept the faith, right? So, all right, everyone, here we go. All right, looks like I'm picking the first seat. We have ourselves an arena game. So again, we are on the base map with landscapes, and we are picking the first seat. We see temples late in the game. We don't see a lot of scoring in the past. This is like a build wide type of setup. So I'm gonna there's a lot of coins and a lot of reason to build wide early. It's gonna be mermaids. CH is an old friend. I haven't seen him play like too much recently, but he has played a lot in the past. We have CM in the second seat. It's not a build tall type of game, however, it is a shipping rich game, which is good for Chaos Magicians. The early pass tiles look pretty crappy for everyone. Or like in the first seat, it's kind of crappy pass tiles. There are 4 reasonable ones, but they're all kind of conditional. So the conditional pass tiles that are good are the spade and the priest are basically always good. Temp ship is conditional because not every player wants temp ship. Now, Chaos Magicians could use temp ship and do like a D6, D7, D6 type of opening, or like maybe they grab C2 or something. Maybe they secure E7 over like witches or something. But the other one's conditional is this tile here, the 4 coins and a cult step. Now, this guy is good if it helps you hit a cult reward, and Chaos Magicians will often take Fire 1 in round 1. So 2 bumps on Fire, bump once, plus Fire 1, that's pretty good. Mermaids love temp ship, so this game is really going to be determined by, like, the way that the auction plays out and like who's winning the auction and stuff is going to be extremely dependent on whether someone takes temp ship in front of mermaids. Because mermaids should be bid to like oblivion here with both shipping tiles in the game and all these coins. And this track where it's like dwellings here, this dwellings pass tile, round 3 TPs to turn all those, to score all those dwellings by turning into TPs. Yeah, mermaids with temp ship are insane here. I think we have darklings, which makes mermaids very slightly worse. What you really want to see is nomads in this seat here. Darklings are extremely likely to take the priest, I think, as the pass tile. Like the 4th seat, I'm assuming is not going to be like, you know, I don't even know who doesn't want the spade. Giants are not even eligible anymore. So I am basically assuming that 4th seat is taking the spade. It's witches, which also, okay, so mermaids are sandwiched, but they're still quite good here, actually. I'm just going to bid on Chaos Magicians because I think that they're in a really nice spot in the color wheel. But I actually think that mermaids are still very good here. Now, Darklings have the inherent scoring, which is good. Witches are probably coming through here for a town. They might I don't think that they're getting a town there. Darklings are also not likely to be very nice at I-10, but we'll see. And they're probably getting this town here. Your issue as mermaids is when are Chaos Magicians coming west? I think that C1 Darkling is highly unlikely. I think that you're probably seeing E5 Darklings. They can take E6 and F3, and they can make a Sanctuary Town very happily in here. So Darklings are going to be extremely strong this game. I think that CH Tennis is making a good call by bidding them. The relatively tight scoring is also a good sign for Darklings. This is also not super high scoring, so because now that mermaids are sandwiched, I do think that Darklings might be absolutely the best faction. Witches starting with spade is also not bad. That said, C4, F4, you're probably starting C4, F4 as witches. Darklings start with a priest. You don't get any leech at first, so you can't open with a worker's action. And if your first action is to dig E6, then you're going to lose the worker's action to CM potentially, if CM don't dig this with their first action. What you want as Darklings, what you really want as Darklings, is to start with a priest or the spade, be able to buy a worker's action, and then build 2 dwellings. That would be an incredible opening for Darklings. As Darklings, you have the option to make this, you can try to do this, but just like mermaids, you'll have a pretty crappy time with neighbors. Darklings starting on C1 would make mermaids a lot worse. Frisbee actually bids on mermaids, which is pretty interesting. I think it'd be pretty cool if we just got witches down, and then, we said, play ball. Witches also have inherent scoring, which is very nice for them. Witches have the possibility of taking temp ship, I guess, which I hadn't discussed. If they start on C4 and they open with temp ship, then they can get the single spade and then take this, 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 and then this. And if they don't get the single spade, then if witches don't get the single spade, then they just take the priest, and then they go 2 ship, and they hit this, 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 this. I'm assuming that you lose C3 to mermaids in that case. Seems like player 4 here, PB Pidian. likes likes Darklings quite a bit, so I'm not gonna push them on that too much. What's the worst case for mermaids? What's the worst pass tile they can end up on? The worst pass tile is probably the 4 coins of a cult step, right? In that case, they probably just have to like dig this and then build this or something. That's fairly underwhelming. Darklings are getting bid down, so they're not. We're not going to get like a cheap auction here. Chaos Magician's absolute dream is to get past the spade, but if not, then they take the 4 coins in the cult step and are pretty happy. Mermaid's dream is that Darklings are on C1 and they get temp ship, and I don't think that that's wild. I think that they can very well do that. The problem is that you don't know when CM are building D3, so this town might be very, very neighbors poor, but you're still getting like a great economy off of it. This pass tile will be very useful to you. A very mediocre thing to happen for you is getting, like, the spade is actually kind of mediocre, but I guess in that case you just temple, build 2 dwellings, and then roll. I'm bidding CM because I really like the color matchup here. Like, it might just be worth digging E7 with your first action, making temple anyway, but you have to give up this tile, which is what makes me feel sad about it. Like, if mermaids play ball and mermaids give you the power to spade this, then I think you're super, super happy. Like, there's a big swinginess that can go on here between CM and witches. I'm bidding Chaos Magicians like they're getting E7, but honestly, they can probably try to town through here or something. But like, if you're forced to come west early, then that benefits mermaids a ton. Or Darklings, if Darklings are starting C1, which I don't really think that they should, but they could. Frisbee is also unknown. They took a lot of time off before bidding mermaids for some reason. If mermaids are the type of player who start like D2 or something instead of E4, then Darklings are just like laughing their way to the bank. Like, there's a lot of blowout potential by bad placements here, by unexpected placements rather. Oh man, this player is a huge wild card. However, this has to be an alt, right? Like, this player has played 5 games and they already have 246 elo. I suspect that this player, like, Total Eclipse is a good player. Blackie is like a strong player. This player is playing above their level already. There seem to be a lot of those lately. Players are just like new players are like vastly on the rise, and I keep getting hit by them. If I lose them, then I just like bleed an absolute motherload of elo. Who won this game, by the way? It looks like indeed Fakir's won this game, and Deep Finesse did come in 3rd. Huh. Okay, we are playing Chaos Magicians, so we'll see if witches take the spade or temp ship. That's going to make a big difference in this game. One thing that I am vulnerable to as CM, I think, is an Earth 1 rush. With a new-ish player, and I don't know anything about this player. They bid Darklings really heavily and never looked at anything else, so let's see what their stats are. Okay, they're like decent, but this is like a relatively stable number. I think these are the types of players who might rush Earth 1, and I think that given that I bid this amount to be Chaos Magicians, and given that it's a scoring tight game, I think I want Earth 1 a lot. So I'm just going to take... this is really, really not good for witches. Mermaids should absolutely punish them for this. Uh, Darkling's about to make their second placement. Let's see if they go C1, because it's not awful. B5 is... Oh man, this is extremely friendly to opponents. H4 Mermaids is not great, so at least my opponents are doing things that I don't consider to be great. Like, I don't think that this is good for Witches, because they can lose C4 on the first action. I don't think that this is great for Darklings, because they have no neighbors here for the time being. I might lose E7, but I'm just going to live with that if I have to. Get a crap ton of Leech, and then rush Earth 1. I want Earth 1, and then I might get the 2 Lurkers action as well. Darklings have 0 neighbors to start the game, so they'll probably dig E6 with their first action, and then they'll have the Leech to take a Lurkers action. But if they do dig E6 with their first action, then I can take the Lurkers action and still have Tempo and Earth 1. So, indeed, there's a... So, yeah, that... Wow, what? The spade was open? That's insane. Okay. Yeah, no one took the spade. This is a really, really weird game so far. I didn't even bother looking at it because I was like, there's no way the spade's there, and I'm trying to play kind of quickly, but here's Darklings handing me the Workers action, so I am going to get Earth 1 as well. Witches are getting the double spade, so they're probably spading E7, C2, so I am losing the center town. In fact, this guy is getting stranded, so that's a big bummer for me. This is probably E7, C2, which is unfortunate. So in that case, I do have to open Sanctuary, I think. Yeah, Mermaid's not taking the spade is pretty iffy. Wow, we're just open with the TP. Okay, I think change of plans. I think that we're single spading E7 because we can still get Earth 1 right now, especially because Mermaids didn't do that. So we're not opening Sanctuary. We're doing this, and then we're doing a temple for Fire 1, Earth 1. Yeah, this is the plan. This is the way, guys. By the way, this is a workers type game. CM not taking the spade. Yeah, CM didn't even look at the spade because CM was like, "There's no way we're getting the spade, so we're just locked in on this game plan." Guys, don't be CM. CM is stupid. That's the lesson that you all should be learning right now. Oh, CH Tennis, buddy, what are you doing? Also, I was saying that Witches with double spade. I am obviously not paying attention because Mermaids took the double spade with the first action hilariously. I mean, I say hilariously, but that was clearly the right move. This was, yeah, I don't... Witch's position looks very rough right now. Yeah, I mean, Witches lost themselves this game, I think. Especially the Stronghold is just... I understand that they need the Stronghold, because, like, they actually are just completely stuck without it, but there's no real benefit to the Stronghold in this game, because the pass tile's out of the game. It doesn't hit the track either. But yeah, now that they've lost all of their hexes, they do need this. But I think that Witches are actually kind of happy because they're going to have like a pretty profitable arrangement over here in the east now. They're going to fly to E9 next, and then that'll let Darklings upgrade over here instead, which is pretty nice. Mermaids built G3 before they... Oh, because they wanted to protect this from like a spade or something, but... You think that these are all my alt accounts in order to boost rankings? I mean, the ELOs certainly suggest so, yeah. These are not particularly high ELO players that I'm seeing right now. Who took the Workers? Darklings did take the Workers. So Darklings are playing like a pretty good game. We will just take Earth 1. Actually, CH Tennis is never beating us to Earth 1 now, right? This might be insanely greedy, but I am just going to take Earth 2. And next round, my first action could just be Sanctuary for Earth 1, right? This is probably safe. Oh,
Witches didn't fly over here in time for Darklings, so Darklings are upgrading here. This is... Oh, it does feel good to have some breaks go my way for a change. Like, I don't know that it's... I don't know that I'm winning this game, to be clear. Like, I have blown games from better positions than this. I should also probably just pass for the spade now, right? Like, what am I doing, like, looking for 4 power? I should just take this spade. And then next round I can just do Sanctuary. Yeah, it looks like this opening has worked out pretty well for Chaos Magicians. I'm expecting Leech here. Wait, CH Tennis did what? CH Tennis hasn't used this. Mermaids will pass for the spade. Am I okay with that? I'm not really okay with that, right? Like, how can I really be okay with Mermaids taking the spade away when I can take the spade away? So I think the answer is we do this. Because I'm expecting 3 more Leech from Darklings. And I want 1 more worker anyway. Yeah, I'm not going to use this cult, but I have very little reason to go for 4 power here, so when I can just have this. Alright, so our next action is, as we discussed, going to be Sanctuary for Earth 1 and Air 2. Well, I guess there's the question of, do I need Air 2 even? Now that might be getting like a little greedy a little quickly, but could I just take Earth 1, Water 1 is the question here. There are 2 power tiles in the game, and I have all the power right now, and I have all the resources I need right now. So is there a case for me just... CH is going to get a double spade next round, so he's fine. Darklings look really good right now as well. They have Earth 1, which is fine, but because it's a coin-rich game. Yeah, like, this is fine for Darklings. They may struggle to get their Sanctuary out, but that's... Well, they might get some Leech from here. I don't know. I think Darklings are fine with this Earth 1. This is like one of the better Earth 1 Darklings I've seen. I do hope that they run out of Leech. Aside from me, I'm obviously going to get some Leech, but oh, Witches fly to I6, so they're not flying to E9 yet. That's a bad break for Darklings. That Witches didn't fly there. Witches will probably fly there eventually. Darklings will probably stall long enough to make something good happen. And to be clear, like, it's not Earth 1 or bust for or it's not like Sanctuary or bust for Darklings usually. But their neighbor situation is quite poor right now, which I'm happy about. My reds look fairly safe. D3 does not look safe, but I should be able to get G2. Well, Witches might take G2. We don't know. Witches just take coins because they have nothing else to do. They're going to pass on the Priest, yeah. Alright, so we have until Witches make a move to take Earth 1. I want to know if we're advancing ship, if we're taking coins. We're not taking coins because we can get coins. Witches put Priest to Earth, so that's less attractive. I think the answer is that we are just taking Water 1 this round. I'm going to put Priest here, and then I can take Water 1 for a Spade next round. I will use my Priest next round to advance ship. So we'll do this. It's either Temp Ship or the Ship VP tile. Either one is great for me, so I'm not too pressed about it. Darklings Spade up here, which is not where I expected them to go. This definitely invites Witches to E9, I guess, because this could be Darklings, like, saying... Well, actually, this player's not that strong, but I think that this is kind of a friendly move to, yeah, it's a friendly move to say, hey, witches, we will let you have this stretch if you're willing to take it. So, um, I could take a power action now. Coins is just never bad, but I might want spades later. If we want spades later, then we'll take spades later. For now, it's a coin-rich game. I'm just going to do this, and then we'll figure it out after that, I think. Down convert just in case mermaids do something crazy. Normally I love Fire 1 for mermaids, but I actually am not sure. Like, this game has so many coins in it that even something like Earth 2 might have been like a little more aggressively and interesting. Oh, never mind. They went 2 ship this round. That's cool. They're going to play a heavy shipping game. That's good for mermaids. That's very good for mermaids. They're going to be able to build A11 for free now. Then they'll probably pass on a temp ship and go crazy. Actually, they can't go crazy because witches are in C3, making their path to the west. And Darklings took away E4, so their path west is like worse than normal. You suspect that Frisbee is the ringer here? What do you mean by the ringer? Am I missing a phrase? Turn of phrase? I think that I might actually be taking a workers' town. Oh, ringer is definitely secretly good, I think. Or actually, yeah, sorry. Frisbee is definitely secretly good. Like, I checked out they have 5 games played and already 246 elo. They might be an alt, even. All these games, yeah, like they have 5 games played in like the last few days, and they've skyrocketed in elo. So I suspect that they are quite good. By the way, we've been saying how much we're killing it. Our game doesn't look great. We don't have an obvious second town, so we actually do kind of need to prioritize D3. Getting here is pretty important for a second town, I think. Witches, I think, now that they're playing a no network game, they could fly over here to make their town. I'm glad to have these scoring favors. I think that I really want to get myself some. I really do want to get myself some workers. I can take workers anytime. Workers are not usually that contested of an action, I think. But no time like the present, I guess. Mermaids hard dug A10, which is fine. Like, that's the best use of their resources, I guess. They now pass. Yep. So they're gonna. So yeah. So Frisbee is clearly like the other best player at this table. It seems pretty clear to me that they are. Mermaids are going to open next round with coins action, so we should keep that in mind. We'll just take a single spade, yep. So, like, that's what I was saying. Like, Darklings digging up here, to me, was like a peace offering to witches, saying, like, hey, I'm not going to come after G6. Now, I don't know if that was their intent, but that's what's transpired. So, so they have come up with one town now. I think that I want this. And then I think that I want temp ship. That saves me 1 ship advance if I pass on to temp ship. if Frisbee is strong, then he might be giving himself a special challenge by not starting at E4. I agree. Um, but okay, so here's the case for H4. First of all, it takes one of your opponents out of the game right away, right? Or like you've killed Witch's connection, so you've assured yourself 6 network points just by doing that. You've assured yourself your own connection, but yeah, like the thing about this is that this is bad neighbors, but this also doesn't have great neighbors, right? To be clear. Witches take temp ship. That's really unfortunate for me, and I feel like kind of a bad break that I didn't see coming. But whatever. I mean, I'd probably pass on to some victory points, I guess. My next round is going to be TP, advanced ship, build. It's only 2 points. Now I don't need these coins, so I'm not going to pass on the coins. Could the priest be better is the real question. The priest is better if I get this priest. It's also pretty good if I get priest to water, I guess, because I'm taking the 2 key towns, so it'll be a second spade. Yeah, okay, so I could see that the priest. I could see the priest being a second spade being like a pretty good argument for taking the priest. On the other hand, just never getting onto this is also not good. It's only 2. Yeah, the spade has to be better than 2 points. People have a lot of victory points right now. Some leech being exchanged over there, it makes enough sense. Darkling's not sanctuary for water 1 is kind of a bad break for me. I guess like this is pretty good for them, but it's a bit of a bad break that they're not feeding me. So mermaids will go to 3 ship and then take I4 and I10, I guess. There's still an Earth 1 left. I guess this means that witches are getting it, so that's actually really nice for them too. Oh, I wanna put priest here, don't I? I forgot to do that, and now I might lose that to mermaids. Mermaids should be advancing ship, so that should be okay. I'm not losing the 2 key town, so I don't need to worry too much about that. Yeah, and then I'll build D6, D7. I do need to worry a little bit about G2. The worry about G2 is that witches will take in and make a bridge here, and then it becomes a lot more awkward for me to get to E3. I kind of doubt that I'm getting this hex here. Who said we wanted this? Let's not forget about it this time. Yeah, Darklings and Witches are just exchanging a lot of loot here. This actually looks kind of like an Engineers and Darklings type of, like, that mutually beneficial relationship right now. Which is, which is coming after d6. Do I have to worry about that? Because that's actually like really good for witches if they double spade d6 right now. Let's see what they do with their power right now. They might be seeing that because they are on temp ship, which I wanted. And now, yeah, I might have gotten way too overconfident here, and okay, they did spade g2 like I thought they might. Darkling's absolutely crushing the track. Which is probably just TP over here then, and then fly to I-10. We were so excited before, and now we're terrified. This is a really early pass for mermaids. I don't think they need to pass that early, but it's fine. Oh, did we talk about putting priest to water? What has happened to my game? I decided to put it here instead. Okay, witches take G2 so they can fly to it, I guess. Maybe they're trying to town like this. They might be going for a town here, and like a town here or something. I don't know. Taking the 2-key town, that should be a fairly self-explanatory decision. There are 2 good pass tiles, or there are 3 good pass tiles now. The temp ship, the ship BP, and the spade. So that's pretty good. I was hoping that that might happen, so that's nice. Wow, witches really kind of just hurt me by taking this. I don't know that did much for themselves, but I guess they needed power in order to make this happen, so good for them. And it's good for them because they found a way to hurt me without hurting themselves. So I think I want spades here. I wouldn't mind just actually just taking which has made their flight. Their ship VP doesn't seem very good for them. I think that they probably prefer the spade. If they do pass on to the spade, then I think that what I'm doing is actually I'm just going to buy a priest, and then I'm going to send it to water, and then I'm going to get these 2. Yeah, they pass on to the spade, so I'm going to pass on the priest. I'm just going to take these 2 hexes, and then next round I will build 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and then ship VP should be fine. And that'll set up another town. I can worry about shipping over to the west later. Okay. So we only have one ship. I guess we can do this to get ourselves some progress in that direction. Yeah, because then that lets us threaten D3 at least, if we do manage to get over here. So this is a hex that witches might have wanted, so it's good to, or they could have spaded. I guess now that mermaids have taken away this whole stretch, it's no longer that much of a big deal. But here's Earth 1 from mermaids. And now they're going to go on their dwelling spree. So that would be 1, 2, and then they pass for 7. It's pretty crazy. Looking at the track, you'd be tempted to play Tall CM and maybe build Stronghold next round. Darklings and Witches are not connecting, and Tall CM might get network points anyway. That's a fair point. That's actually a fair point. I mean, I'm certainly not building Stronghold, I think. I don't think Stronghold just does me anything, because there's no reward for having a Stronghold. So, like, templing for Air 1 would be better, right? Like, templing for Air 1 has to be better than a Stronghold. One thing that I do want, though, is I do want to be able to make another town somewhere. So I think that begins by coming here. This lets me at least threaten to bridge. And then I can come to C2 and threaten D3. Darklings, I don't know what Darklings are doing, but I highly suspect that they're going to take D3 the moment that I come to C2, or even before that. This is good news, though. This makes Darklings less interested in C3, I think. Or D3, rather. They take fire too. Okay. So they're coming out for a town probably on E11 then. All right. Does this economy support 3 towns? What do you think, guys? Does this economy support 3 towns? The towns that I'm considering are D3 through F1 and this bridge town here. It's a coin town, so we know that they're not going to dig this hex right now. So what I could do, right, is I could do single dig here, build this hex, then bridge. I think I should do this before Darklings can respond. There's still a ton of coins in this game, so I don't need to worry too much about this. Now, this does mean that I get fewer points off the pass tile, but I think 3 towns might be worth it if I can make all these TPs count. I'll need fire 2 to make it happen, which is completely fine, I think. What is this network race? It's ugly, is what it is. I actually don't love games like this where my opponents are just so weak economically that like I'm actually not doing anything particularly useful with anything that I do. I mean, at least I have Earth 1 and Water 1 to like boost my scoring, but yeah, like gonna hope that Darklings don't really want B6. I'm just gonna bridge there nakedly, and if they do want B6, then that's just a bad break for me, I think. If I were Mermaids, I might hard dig B5 now. They're on this tile, they have Earth 1. This gives them a town. Oh, the bridge got stolen from me. Okay. Okay. Maybe I should adjust my town dreams a little bit. There's the Mermaids. They could take a ship town and then get up to 5 ship. That would be pretty crazy. They take a coin town, which is the equivalent of a ship town, basically. My only competition on network is Mermaids. I agree. Which is tough because that means that Darklings and or Witches are going to get free points. In fact, that's Darklings, right? Darklings might just be getting free points here, which is not good. Darklings going to have to tempt ship, so they're going to come over to C1 next round. So I need to worry about these hexes here. Am I comfortable building A12 here? I could convert a priest and then build A12. And it's a TP spot. Who's getting my pass tile? Mermaids are getting my pass tile if I stay in this round, right? Yeah, it sucks. I can't stop Mermaids from getting my tile, I think. Alright, I think that we just put, in that case, we probably just put Priest to fire. The power cycle helps a little bit with the bridge and with the double spade that we want. Actually, do we just want the spade? The spade is pretty good. Alright, if Darklings don't take this guy, then I'm probably going to just spade it. They're probably coming up here, I think, to dig through these hexes. So I think that it's something like a 2 digs on this, 1 dig on this. They probably want their town up here, right? That's probably the most sensible spot for a Darklings town. The bad part about this is that I think that I wanted fire too. I probably should have thought of pretty tricky putting priest to cults with CMB the last round being temples. Yeah, that's true. That's probably fair. I probably could have used that priest a lot better. I didn't think too hard about it. Which I've been guilty of more than once, so. fire 2 or air 1. Okay. Is this a moment where I just say it's rude for me not to take it when it's offered? I think it might be. So what do we do? What's our game plan once we take this? We take this and then we temple for air 1 and water 2. Or air 1 and air 2. Let's say it's air 1 and air 2 that we temple for. Then after that we figure it out, right? This town, it happens if it happens. I didn't want to upgrade ship on the ship scroll. I decided to like, I've made a lot of questionable decisions, is what I'll say. Air 1, Air 2 should be okay here, I think. That'll give me 3 power, which I can use happily. I am really just painfully not making points, though. That part doesn't feel good at all. Like, I have all the economy, but just not getting the points that I need. It also looks like this spade was just clearly worse than this. I guess I can just convert all the I can always just convert workers into coins to make it as good, but Darklings should be making a TP at some point, so that's going to give me some much needed leech. I want 8 coins of stuff here. I want to build 2 TPs and F1. Show me yielding trading houses this round and temple next round. I already had 2 TPs on the board, so I could have made 2 TPs, and I'm still going to make 2 TPs. Which is took an 8 point, okay. Darklings continue to give me a little bit of leech. I'm gonna make E2 a TP next, so that maybe they'll build E1. Actually, I know I need to grab F1 next because witches could take it from me, and that would be a problem. Darklings look like they're going for 4 towns, so I could also try to blow up one of their towns coming in. This looks suspiciously like a 4 towns Darklings game. They only need 3 digs over here to make that happen. And their economy is absolutely rolling right now. Mermaids can now build H2, which is pretty neat. You think 4 towns would be tricky for Darklings? I mean, it's going to be tricky, but this might be them trying, right? This tile is open, but I'm just going to keep playing. I'm just going to keep playing, and then we'll see what happens. Actually, honestly, Witchers are the guys who should be passing for it, right? But yeah, I've made 0 TPs this round so far, so here is TP number 1. Darklings take workers, okay. That helps with their dreams. Any TP that Darklings upgrade is going to give me power, so I don't need to be too concerned. Witches give me some power, so that's also welcome. I'm bleeding out a lot of points by taking all this leech, but I continue to do it because doing stuff is cool in Terra Mystica, so I am going with the doing stuff is cool philosophy, which I believe is also co-signed by Zevok, so I do have some cool people on my side who also appreciate like the doing stuff is cool philosophy of Terra Mystica. Darklings trying to figure out their 4 towns still. That's they do take a priest, which isn't necessarily a step toward 4 towning. What do I get if I make this TP? We should think about that. Yeah, I agree, Hubert. I think that Frisbee is an alt, because they have 5 games and they've already got 250 ELO. That smells like an alt to me. We don't need to do this, right? Like, this is 4 points right now, but this is just 3 points right off the bat. Like, why give CH those points instead of us? I guess the thing is, it is going to be CH instead of us, right? It's not going to be Darklings who get those points, so with that in mind, we're just going to upgrade here. We will plan to take Fire 2 and Earth 3 next round. And if we can get this town, then we try to get this town. And if we can't, then we don't. Our greed is rewarded. So if CH passes now, then we build A12. If CH doesn't pass, then we pass for this tile.
CH could steal Earth on me. That would be a bummer for me. But no, he passes for this, which is probably the right move. He has another town coming in and some cult points, so he has a pretty good, decent game. So, all right. So actually, do we build a dwelling or do we bridge? That's the question, right? The bridge is definitely blockable, so we should take the bridge now, and then we can build a 12. Now let's just do this. This is better for our economy. And yeah, maybe we don't need economy anymore, but
on the off chance that we do, it's not such a bad thing to have. So what are mermaids doing here? They're probably taking coins and then advancing ship, or advancing digs, and then they're going to get a second town and call it a game. Yeah, if I were mermaids, I'd probably take coins, advance ship once, or advance digs once. That would put me at 116. Then dig 2, make it 120, drop this, then take the 11-point town, 131, pass for 9. Oh, I forgot that I had this, so yeah, all the more reason that I'm glad not to have made a mistake there. I probably need to be cognizant of CH using a Raven Splendor on Earth. So I might need to like temple earlier than I want to close that cult. I might have screwed up one power there. Yeah, that's fine. Lost a coin probably, but not as focused as I could be. I mean, this has to be coins, I think. Yeah, I mean, I feel like this game is kind of showcasing like the issue with like the I'm winning by so much thing, where like I'm so far ahead on these two cults, and I'm behind here that like it's. I took a single spade, so that's a slight misstep. You don't think that's Surtways at all? Yeah, I think that's a fine opinion to have. I'm not convinced that he's an alt either. Okay, we get handed this hex. I don't think that there's any chance of a fire 2 block right now, because they still need this hex. So I'm going to build this. Witches still can't town, so I should be safe there. And I guess they could Sanctuary for Earth 3, which might kind of kill me, but on that cult, but that's okay. We're going to play greedy. Only way we know how. Is this a fire 2 block? God, please don't be a fire 2 block. It is a fire 2 block. Witches clearly don't need fire 2, but they might just take it anyway. I hope not. Even if they do block me on fire 2, I'm still okay. I can still just stronghold. Yeah, I can survive a fire 2 block. Witches don't fire 2 block me anyway though. So, all right, I gotta lock up Earth now. The town that we want is probably just the 11-pointer. without thinking about it too hard. I want to give Darklings that leech. It's probably better than giving it to Darklings and Witches, right? This does mean the Darkling Stronghold is coming, and they're going to take a Workers' Town and come up here. So 4 towns might be happening for them. Surtoy, yeah. No, I think that there's a good chance that Surtoy is legit. They might be like a Snellman player, right? Like, but I don't think that I know of anyone named Surtoy on Snellman. But what's your evidence that they're real, or what makes you think that they're not an alt? I guess you don't need evidence to be real, right? But like, mermaids have the stuff to bridge block me here. Wonder if they do it. The only slight mistake that I think that they've made so far is that, but okay, yeah. If they wanted to, they could have just bridge blocked me before. So now I need to survive 3 other players to not get bridge blocked. See, like, so this is. Oh, you think who could Surtoy be an Alta? Yeah, that's true. No one else does that. I don't think that they're an alt of any other active player, that's for sure. If they are an alt, then they could be an alt of like Pig Fans. That's what I was thinking. Like Pig Fans is an ex-Snellman champion. He has played some on Board Game Arena. He's also from China, and he is still good on BGA. He has like a 400 or 500 elo, but he's not like top of the mountain. So based on that, I think it's possible that he is like that it is him. It's a bit of a stretch, admittedly, but I believe that I've already won network, right? Like, or witches can still technically connect. It's not that terrible for witches to connect by triple digging F5. That would immediately get them second place in network, right? And it actually, in fact, ties them with me if I don't build another structure. So, just important to keep that in mind a little bit. Yeah, mermaids have done so much with so little effort. It's really impressive. Which is, they might undo this move, I think, because this doesn't get them anything. They do take water too, though. Okay, so I'm going to need to probably put Priest to water just to lock it up. Darklings are going to go for this town, and they're going to get it. How many workers do Darklings need for this town? A stronghold would get them this town quite easily, right? Because stronghold is 6 workers, then this is 7, and then they can just dig down their trading camp for this. But whatever, I'm not focused on Darkling's game, right? I'm focused on my own game. My own game says that we probably want to just do this. Yeah, because right now I'm vulnerable to witches doing something shady over here. Okay. Oh, Darklings have no TPs left, so they would have to go Temple T. Oh, okay, yeah. So bad TP placement might mean that Darklings can't do it. I mean, in any case, I wasn't trying to block them anyway, right? So they're welcome to do what they wish. The Priest Town is obviously the best town left. I think that it's almost inevitable that we're advancing digs this game. What am I building after another TP? I'm advancing digs probably, right? Like, what does a TP get? What does a temple get me? Temple is like 7 resources for 4 points plus 5 resources for 3 points. That's 7 points for 7 plus 7 plus 5 is 12. 11 resources for 7 points. I think I'd rather just advance digs in that case. CH is going to steal the Priest Town after this. Which is a bit of a bummer. Because the priests are my ways of making points currently. So you can see here. Yeah, kind of a moot point, right? Okay, so Darkling's town has stalled, I guess. They need like a more leash than they can actually get, right, in order to make this town. In which case, they're probably just templing for water too as well. Something like that. Probably what happens here is CH is going to TP for the Priest Town. And then I'm just going to take the Workers Town, I guess. This guy is also only 7 points for me. It's 7 points, but it means that I get to build A6 for free. Saves me a dig, which is something, I guess. Okay, CH shows that. Okay, so I am taking the Priest Town. Okay, so we're taking the Priest Town, we're advancing digs, and then that'll be our game. It's water 3, yep. So the next action that Darklings take might be to take water 2 then. All right, really deep breath. Are we in trouble with network here? Deep breath right now. Again, I don't know if CH is actually doing this, but CH could triple dig F5, and then... Oh wait, but that doesn't connect to this. Okay, never mind. No, I have one network. Okay. So advancing digs is better. I could advance ship and then build this, I guess. That's relatively equivalent. Like right now, I can hard dig this and build this. That's 4 points with the rest of my resources. This jockeying off the water cult makes me very happy that I managed to close it. Yeah, let's just advance digs. It's a lot of points to advance digs, right? And I'm not. We agree that I'm not losing network, even with only 5 structures left. Mermaids are done. Darklings are done. Witches can't connect enough structures. I could advance ship and then build a dwelling. That's just giving Darklings leech, and it doesn't help me that much in terms of my network fight. I think that this is just. It's just a good number of points. For appearance's sake, we will cult bump air. Darklings, I suppose, could go priest and then temple air 3. So, yeah, they technically can do that. But obviously, digging twice for Darklings and then building a dwelling is the best move. That's 6 points left for Darklings, 128. 128 plus 6 network points, 134. Plus 2 cult points, 136 for Darklings. I should be ahead of Darklings probably. But I don't think I'm ahead of Mermaids. Mermaids being second on network is so annoying for me. I am clearly ahead of CH Tennis, I think, who has no points on the cults, or he has points on the cults but no points on network. So, and he has just too few points currently. Yeah, I mean, this was a pretty filthy game by Mermaids here. So Mermaids TP for Temple for Fire 2 and then dug this guy and then dug like this instead of digging down their landscape. I think that in hindsight, that's also the correct move because because they don't need the landscape for network. So why waste that dig? Instead, they have like this temple is worth 4 points. Now that said, advancing digs might not have been too bad of an idea. So I kind of stand by that. But anyway, it looks like we're at like passing for 115 plus a resource point, 116 plus 28. Is 144, so 162 for us. Is that enough to win? Might be enough to win. It seems to be ahead of Darklings at least. Mermaids have 12 points on network. That's 150. So do they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 160. And we have, what do we say, 28 points here. That's 144, 162. Maybe we are winning this after all, despite this absolutely bonkers Mermaids game where they just pass for like everything. So I will say this about this game. I think I had pretty safe, like, I made some huge mistakes this game, I think. I think that, or at least I made one very notable huge mistake, which was I dug this guy with um, a single spade instead of this spade. I could have had I could have had this hex and this hex in round one. I passed with a worker in hand in a dwellings round. So if I had lost this game, then I lost it in round one. Um, but fortunately, like my mistakes don't catch up to me all the way. I was just put in too dominant a position early, so even I couldn't screw that up. Thank God. Um, yeah, that could have been really embarrassing. I guess we can take a quick look at. I'm like hesitant to give Frisbee the thumbs up. Like, I feel like they're an alt account. This Darklings player played incredibly quickly, so they obviously got the thumb. Like this player I'm pretty skeptical about, right? Like, nice game, thank you, Relentless. Um, yeah, I'm like pretty skeptical about this player being legit. There's obviously like an incredibly high level game that they put together where they just recognized that they could block off witches for an easy 12 points and then never build TPs and instead just pass on to these two tiles the whole time. Like, that's a much cleverer game plan than my like take Earth 1, take Water 1, take Air 1, build 3 towns, like play economy, play cults. Like, they just did this like very clever sort of like, I mean, Age would call it blue swarmlings. I'll give them a thumb up if I run into them once they're at higher elo and they're not stealing points from me. Hubert, you skipped ahead a little bit. So I took 2 single spades. I don't think that's that this game. Like, I could have double spaded a few times, but because Darklings were close by, I contextually decided that single spades were better. We obviously had the best economy. Yeah, best economy again, despite like the factions that can spread out a little faster. We took an absolute motherload of leech. we paid a hilarious high amount of leech, but I think that actually was important for our. Wow, we didn't even hit the scoring track very well. But I guess part of that is people making temples that they didn't have to, so I don't feel that bad about that. And yeah, this this is pretty great, right? Fire X. This is hilarious. They absolutely dominated them. No one else could come even close. There was a point where I explicitly passed on taking the dwellings past tile because I just didn't think that it was particularly worth it. I took a priest instead, which gave me spades, let me make extra towns. Like, ultimately, I won network by like more than I needed to, right? Like, I advanced my ship winning. I advanced my digs, and instead I could have built 2 dwellings or something there. Like, yeah, like I won network by like more than enough this game. So maybe I should think twice before taking this much leech, because I was also very vulnerable if CH stole from me the priest, because then I can't advance my digs, which is a big source. That was worth 3 points, like straight up from resources speaking. I could have built like a dwelling, which would only have been worth 1 point. I got, yeah, like all our points came from the end games and from these nice towns. Darklings also had some nice towns, but yeah, I mean, it's in the end, this is like a relatively unimpressive game where I kind of got handed a lot. I got basically handed everything, and I still almost managed to blow it. So, in any case, I'm happy to be in the win column again. Like, it's been probably like 3 or 4 games in a row that I've gotten third places or whatever. So, happy to get back in the win column. Happy to have like a nice active chat. Hope you guys enjoyed watching this game. I might be able to stream again tomorrow, and then it'll probably be a while before my next stream again. So, thanks everyone for watching. I will catch you all next time.